Coming up on Mountain News at 6, the start of today's activities at the World Chicken Festival were delayed, but it's underway again in downtown London. Plus, as the remnants of Hurricane Helene continue to impact parts of the region, officials are monitoring potential flood risks.
And we're still seeing a few showers being picked up on live pinpoint Doppler radar. Details in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
What is now Tropical Depression Helene is still dumping rain across parts of Kentucky, but most of eastern Kentucky is now getting a break. That will not last through the weekend, though. Meteorologist Eric Dean has the latest on this first alert weather day. Eric.
All right, so this is the latest on Helene. This is as of just a few minutes ago. It is now a post-tropical system. Here's the latest there. So in a sense, what that means is now it's just an area of low pressure. It's a strong low pressure, I should say, that's just pushing through. So winds 35 miles per hour, moving north-northwest at 17 miles per hour. Location 50 miles south-southeast of Louisville. So here's the latest now with live pinpoint Doppler radar, and we're still seeing a few little splash and dash showers across portions of the viewing area. Other than that, we are finally clearing out, but rain chances will pick up as we go throughout the day on Saturday, as we'll get on the back end of this post-tropical system and it'll push through, increasing the rain chances. Look at this. We're seeing plenty of sunshine out there right now, and temperatures, they've warmed up a little bit in the 60s and 70s, even low 80s. Upper 60s towards Pikeville, mid 70s towards Hazard, down to Manchester, low 70s towards London, then low to mid 80s towards Grundy. A couple places still have flash flood watches in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. The majority of that flood watch, though, that was in effect has since obviously expired, hence just the 4 counties remaining. Now the question is, how long will the rain chances be in the forecast? I'll have the details in a few minutes. Steve?
Eric, thank you. And we always want to remind you, you can download the WYMT weather app to get the latest alerts and track what's going on, whether that's regarding a hurricane or weather events happening here at home. You can download the app for free, and it is available in the App Store and the Google Play Store. Well, let's take a look at the latest power outages here in eastern Kentucky. At last check, more than 4,000 people did not have any power in Pike County. In Harlan County, more than 5,200 people said they did not have electricity, and more than 2,500 people were without power in Leslie County. Obviously, you can see the colors there. The darker the color, the more power outages, but every county in our viewing area has some power outages. At one point today, 225,000 customers across the state were without power. Officials with Big Sandy RECC reported there were approximately 1,600 of their customers without power at one point this afternoon. Crews are working to address down lines, fallen trees, and more. While power has been restored for some customers, the president and CEO of Big Sandy RECC is asking for folks to be patient and understanding while trying to get through this situation. As we continue following power outages, we spoke with Daniel Lowry with Kentucky Utilities, who told us they are working tirelessly to restore power before addressing other damage. Lowry gave us tips for staying safe and aware during these outages and what to do if you come across downed trees or power lines.
If you see a line that's down, you've got to assume that it is energized and dangerous, including the limbs and the trees that could be touching it. So you want to stay away. If it looks like a real threat, call 911, and then feel free to call us at KU as well to report it.
He says their crew's top priority is the safety of Kentuckians before they can pivot resources to help other states in need. Governor Andy Beshear announced on social media earlier today that 3 counties in our viewing area had declared a state of emergency due to the weather. Breathitt County, Lee County, and Letcher County have all declared a local state of emergency. The governor mentioned the widespread power outages in Kentucky and urged everyone to stay safe. And just a short time ago, we understand more counties have been added to that list that have declared local states of emergencies. Those include Clay, Magoffin, and Wolf. One city in our area, Clay City in Powell County, also declared a state of emergency. At one point today, most of Powell County was without power. Another county that declared a state of emergency was Clark County. The city of Winchester also declared one. Wind gusts there up to 50 miles per hour knocked off the roof of a building off Lexington Avenue and Buckner Street. Debris also spilled onto the road. Neighbors say when that debris littered the street, it sounded like a bomb had gone off. And a high-rise in Paintsville was hit hard by the wind a few hours ago, leaving damage to its exterior. Take a look at some video just in. Siding from the Bristlebrook Manor fell to the ground, crashing in the side parking lot area. Now, those in the area say they heard the crash and expected the worst. Frank Bird has lived there more than 3 years and says he saw the whole thing happen.
The wind and the rain was coming down pretty hard. The wind was blowing pretty hard. I heard a loud crash. I thought it was a car wreck, and I stepped around the corner from the back doors and saw it all crashing on the ground.
Again, this is the Bristlebrook Manor in Paintsville. Residents say no one was injured, and the building staff was quick to tape off the area and clean up the debris. If you have any photos related to today's weather, you can submit those to us at WYMT.com. We want to show you a few we've received. This is a photo taken by a viewer in Harlan County. As you can see earlier today, trees were down and blocking the road on Kentucky 38 in the Everetts area. Here's another one from that area. We had many reports of trees down across roadways today and other areas in various times. Well, here are a couple more photos from Letcher County. We didn't have too much flooding today, but as you can see, a little bit was going on there in the Jenkins area. You can see where water was up to the road in this picture, and here's another one out of Letcher County. Fortunately, our flooding was minor compared to what we've seen out of some other states today. We want to remind you that you can always submit your photos to WYMT.com. You can just go to our website and find this story to submit your photos. And if you received weather damage from the remnants of Helene, we want to see it. We have a zine album attached to this story, and you can add your photos or videos there. Well, the World Chicken Festival is underway again in downtown London. There was a delay this morning, but gates were open to the public again at 5 p.m. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox joins us live from the festival with why organizers decide to move forward with the big event tonight.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, organizers and first responders all met earlier this afternoon, decided to go ahead and open the gates tonight. Weather delayed the festival as organizers wanted to ensure the public was safe.
Our main concern is just to make sure that everybody that attends is safe. You know, whether that be weather related or just presence of law enforcement.
Those two factors were important in the final decision. Police say they were successful in making people aware of the possibilities.
We did a very good job about going around and making sure that everybody was aware of our guidelines for their tents and things like that.
Some had cinder blocks holding down tents. Organizers wanted to do whatever they could to ensure the festival would go on.
We have vendors from all over the country. Our entertainers come from all across the country. They have their own schedules they have to keep.
The Friday evening schedule remains the same.
A lot of our acts are already in town checking into their hotel rooms. None of those have been canceled. Mostly what this has impacted for the start of the festival is the contests that were taking place at the Santa.
Travis Short says more than 50 vendors are supported through the festival. Now I want to give you guys an update. Some of the acts tonight had been canceled. We just learned specifically at the Sanders stage. That's all we have from here in London. Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
So Chandler, how's the weather there in London? I know we've had actually sunshine for the last little bit here in Hazard.
You know, Steve, it's really funny because 3 hours ago it was crazy here, rain and wind everywhere, but it's night and day difference. Now I'll move out of the camera so you guys can see. I mean, there's so many people here now, so many more than 3 hours ago since they opened up the gates. It's really a beautiful night now. I mean, the wind's still picking up, there's a little bit of rain, but it's turned into a really great night, and it's just good to see the community back out together having fun.
All right, and hopefully tomorrow will be another big day at the Chicken Festival. Chandler, thank you very much. Now, one act at the event is Uncle Cracker. You might have heard of him. He plays tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Of course, the weather is not just impacting the World Chicken Festival in London. There are other events impacted across the mountains. In Morgan County, city officials announced that the Sorghum Festival activities would be canceled today. That's in West Liberty. The festival will, though, reopen tomorrow with extended hours. That event will run from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. And also in Eastern Kentucky, officials with Paintsville Tourism and the city of Prestonsburg say the Leviza Fort Paddle Fest has been canceled. Organizers of that event say it was a tough decision to cancel, but added safety was the top priority. Hippie Fest tomorrow in Pikeville is also postponed. In Madison County, a fire closed Main Street in Richmond today. Fire officials say an old home on Main Street has been left unlivable after the fire broke out at approximately noon. They say the fire started in an addition to the back of the home, and while they do not believe it was weather-related, the investigation continues. Madison County Fire Department Chief Tim Gray says it's affected all areas of the county. The storm has. More than 35 customers remain without power there.
This storm, it's going to circle back around. We're going to get some more rainfall from it for the next couple of days. You know, just be weather aware and keep an eye on the sky and you know, don't cross any flooded roadways or anything like that. Turn around, don't drive.
Storms also knocked down a tree on Main Street. Fire officials say that's what brought them out there in the first place when they happened to see smoke coming from the nearby home. Officials are monitoring stream levels after the remnants of Hurricane Helene. WYMT's RJ Johnson shares how stream gauges are helping one Letcher County town monitor those levels.
Officials in Jenkins are monitoring water levels at Elkhorn Creek and Lake with stream gauges.
We were able to partner with the U.S. Geological Survey to put in stream gauges to sort of make people aware of the different heights.
Mayor Todd DePriest says it gives folks the opportunity to set up alarms for how high water has risen.
Instead of having to go out with a flashlight in the middle of the night to look, you can set a level on your phone saying if it's at 3 feet, it'll ding your phone and say it's at 3 feet, and you can make your own, judgment about what's going on with that. So
the new gauges also help city officials and other first responders determine areas of concerns and how they can work to address them.
Used to, we'd have to drive around and go to the lower end of town and sort of see where the stream was compared to the bridge, and then go to Dunham and do the same thing. So it makes us a lot more weather aware and being able to monitor what's going on.
Saying they are also looking to upgrade the equipment.
We're also looking to upgrade a couple of them with cameras to be able to pull up if it says it's doing what it's doing, pull it up and be able to monitor it by video too.
DePriest says it gives folks a peace of mind to see those levels before, during, and after storms. In Jenkins, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
DePriest says they are working to get more folks in the city signed up to see those levels, saying if you have any questions, just to contact City Hall.
All right, take a look here at Pikeville. You can see we're seeing a mixture of sun and clouds out there, but rain chances are still in the forecast. Details in a few minutes. Stay with us.